Hi there, my name's Julie Holitska, and I'm very excited to be with you today to share my piece for Lift Up Lou. A little bit about me. I started making music when I was a kid. I remember getting a keyboard for my birthday one year and just trying to pick out simple children's songs on that keyboard. I always was singing all the time and dancing all the time growing up, and I was still sing and dance all the time as a grown up. Um, I have created a music curriculum for kids 0 through 6 with 3 different levels of music for 0 to 1.5, 1.5 to 3, and 3 to 6. Or I have a combined program that uses elements from each. Um, so having taught this curriculum when Lift Up Blue came out, I decided that I was going to write a children's song because I hadn't seen a lot of children's songs come out. And I wanted to use Andy's favorite phrase, "We can get through this together." So that's the title of my piece. I proposed to use animal puppets, and so I did that in the recording of the song. Um, I started songwriting, like I said, I picked out notes when I was a child, but I actually started songwriting more as an adult. My musical journey, I was a music major in college, and then I got to student teaching and decided, oh, wait, I'm in junior high, 60 kids in a class, trying to lead choir. I'm not ready for that. So I graduated from college. I still did graduate, but I pretty much switched out of a music education major into getting a psychology minor so I could graduate. And then I worked as a web developer for a while, something totally different. I didn't start singing again until actually I walked back into a church about a year after I graduated by myself. I sat next to someone who said, "Hey, come to the new members class," and that was the next week. So I did. I'd always said when I settled somewhere, I would go back to church. I hadn't been since junior high. But anyway, that person said, "Hey, you should join the choir." So the next week, I went to choir practice and I cried all the way home because I had pretty much given up music for that year, and I was not supposed to give up music. Or maybe I needed to give it up to realize how much I valued it. So that was kind of my journey back into music. Got super involved at that church. Ended up applying to seminary, which is what brought me to Louisville. I had just gotten married. My husband and I moved here. I did a MDiv in worship. And while I was in school, I worked at Gymboree Play Music, which was how I got involved with early childhood, really. Um, I worked there for a number of years. I actually left and spent some time at Maryhurst, moved to My Gym with Mr. Bill, created a rock and rhythms music, which I taught those classes at My Gym for about 2.5 years, but the curriculum is something that I created from scratch. There's 4 levels of curriculum for babies, toddlers, kids, and then a blended mix of all, like a family class that you could do with multi-age. Um, you can get that for free for the next year. I have, if you go to rockandrhythms.com, or HYTHMS on rhythms, that second H kind of throws you off sometimes. But you can sign up and use that till next June. Why am I doing that? Because I know a lot of people are still limiting contacts and staying at home. I also know the preschool rules right now, you're not supposed to have outside providers in, so you can't bring your music teacher in for in-person lessons. So teachers, you have my permission to use it in your classroom this year. The song that I created was inspired because of all my children's music. And it's called "We Can Get Through It Together." My proposal said I was going to do a song with the phrase "we can get through it together" and use animal puppets. All right, my process for creating this piece. If you want to write music, there are a few different places you can start. You can start with the words. You can start with the melody and then write words to go with the melody that you have stuck in your head, or you could even start with chords. For this piece, I started with words because I knew I wanted to use the "we can get through it together" phrase. So that became pretty much my chorus of the song, and then I wrote verses and a bridge. And then I had kind of the melody stuck in for "we can get through it together." So I had that much. When you're writing something that you want to stick in someone's head, it is more natural to write it with the syllables how you would speak it. So what do I mean by that? We can get through it. If I just say "we can get through it," we can get through it. We can get through it. as opposed to trying to set it to a melody that's like, we can get through it. It's not going to be as memorable to someone because that's not how they speak it. So my recommendation is when you're writing, just try to talk the words you want to say naturally and see what kind of natural rhythm they have. You can go against it for contrast sometimes, but if you want something to really stick in someone's head, aligning your lyrics, make them sing how you say them. Then from there, I actually sat down and created, sat down at my keyboard and kind of wrote the keyboard part that went with the song. And then I went into one of my software programs, and I'm going to do a screen share here and show you kind of what this looks like. There are a couple different ways to write lyrics. You can write in a notation program, and I have some of those. For this one, I actually used a DAW, Digital Audio Workstation, and that's a piece of software where you're actually doing audio recording like you would see it on a soundboard. So you're just you can record tracks singly. So let me pull up here, share screen, and computer sound. Okay. So you are now seeing Studio One, and let me make myself a little bigger because if you're watching this on Facebook, I'm going to be as big as a postage stamp, even if I do this. So here is Studio One. There is a free version of this that you can go download from PreSonus. There's a couple other free audio programs out there too. If you search free DAW, there's a number of them, and there's some web-based stuff now. When you open up the DAW, I'm going to kind of walk you through. So up here are all the different layers that are a part of the song with start and end markers. So the first track I laid down was my drum track, and that I created with MT Power Drum Kit. It literally will let you create different drum patterns and combine them. So I can say 3 measures of this pattern, 1 of this, or 7 measures of this and 1 of this, and there's different fills and things I can put together. The next thing is Korg. That's the keyboard that I have, so that's my keyboard layer. And then I have a bunch of vocal tracks. So I have a lead vocal, and I have the doubled lead that has just a little grittier sound on it, just to help it stand out, and I kind of like a little bit of extra grit. Then there's the harmonies. So after I had the main vocal down, we added a high chorus and verse. We added a low harmony to the probably chorus where it's sitting. And then I have my 2 puppets. So I have a we can get through it. We can really do it. So they got their own tracks too. Because obviously I can't sing those all at the same time when I go through. So these were all take after take after take, just slowly layering it and listening and what does it need, singing along with it some tracks and saying, no, I don't like that. And no, I do like that, or no, let me redo that again and have a better take. So it's a process to record. And then after you record, I have some just standard inserts I put on everything, and then I export the audio track. And I'm going to switch back to stop screen sharing. Okay. So after recording all of the audio and exporting the audio track, then it was time to do the videoing. So I videoed with a separate camera on a tripod, or actually my husband helped me. And so I did the recording with the puppets, and then I actually took that recording into my computer. I stripped off the audio from when I recorded it and then added the audio in that I exported. So you have all the nice harmonies on the video that I made. Great. So that's how I created the song. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you'd like to use that for your music curriculum, rockandrhythms.com. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and I hope you're staying healthy. Bye.
We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. Once upon a time, not very long ago, Kentucky shut down her schools. Kentucky shut down her daycares and added some brand new rules. Things changed to protect everyone. Fun things have to be postponed, but it'll be okay. We're in it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. Now Team Kentucky saying healthy at home. We're washing our hands a lot, wearing masks when we go out, and staying 6 feet apart. Every day we watch Andy at 5. We light our cities green. It'll be okay. We're in it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. It's okay to be sad, to miss your friends, to miss grandmas and grandpas, church, school, fun events. But you're a superhero staying healthy at home. We're in it together. You're never alone. You're never alone. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can get through this. Get through it together. We can really do it. We can get through this. Get through it together. Go Team Kentucky!